welcome to episode 2 of Wacky Real Estate Wednesdays, and I'm excited for this episode, you guys, because I have one of the most recognized loan officers in Arizona, a Harvard graduate, a proud dog dad, and one of the just, I'm telling you, down-to-earth individuals in this market, Mr. Alex Vasquez.
Thanks, Chris. I'm excited to be here with your audience. That's a great intro. I don't know how to live up to that. We'll try.
You live up to it. You live up to higher expectations that all of our agents that can even expect from you, man. So I really just want to say thank you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thanks, Chris.
Of course. So just to give you guys another idea of what Wacky Real Estate Wednesday is, this is just to have a genuine conversation, just to educate you guys, and just to have a fun back and forth conversation with other people who are in the real estate realm. And today we're going to be shooting or talking about mortgage. Yeah. And this is for all basically my first-time home buyers, anybody who's been renting for a while, kind of skeptical about a home mortgage. He is the one who has all the answers for you. Yeah. And let's just dive right into it.
Yeah, Chris, mortgages is a topic that makes people scared.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit scared of it myself.
We're talking about pulling credits, looking at income, looking at your dets, but honestly, it's not that scary. So
what is a mortgage? How can you explain a mortgage to new buyers?
I can give you a couple different definitions. One's like the financial term, which is it's a instrument of finance. It's a way to acquire a property using leverage, otherwise known as a loan. So there's the technical definition of a mortgage, and then there's the other definition of a mortgage, which I prefer, which is just it's the money you need to buy a house.
Sure enough.
Just very simple, plain and simple. It's money, right? So you either buy a home with cash, or you buy a home on a loan, and that loan is called a mortgage. So there's your simple definition.
There's another definition that I learned. It was what was it? It was I don't know. It's just basically you chose to get into debt. I forgot what that term was, the way they phrased it. But basically, you are choosing to have this debt for your home.
Right.
And man, I really wish I had that. It's just a tongue twister for myself. It's really on the tip of my tongue, but makes a lot of sense.
We'll put that in the comments once we.
Yeah, okay, I'll add that. We'll edit it. Don't worry about it. But that's good though. Yeah, I was a little bit skeptical for a mortgage myself. Me and my fiance, we actually just moved in in June. VIP helped us out, and man, I'm telling you, VIP Mortgage held our hand every step of the way, and it's you don't got to be as scared or as skeptical for a mortgage, guys. So don't worry too much.
Honestly, the reason why most people are scared of a mortgage is because they don't know what it takes to qualify. They don't know if they qualify, how invasive it'll be, if they're going to be judged based on their credit score, how much income they make, and quite honestly, none of that happens. What makes it really easy is once you know and you have the knowledge of what it takes to qualify.
And that actually leads me to my next question. What does it take? What does it take to qualify for a mortgage?
Gosh, that's the million-dollar question, and it's different for everybody. There really isn't a one-size-fits-all approach to lending. Everyone has different income. They have different debts, different credit scores. They also have different goals, needs, and wants. So it's very difficult to answer that question, Chris, without really having that conversation with the client. What I will say, it's actually very easy to qualify. And there are 3 things that there's an ingredients list, and these are the 3 things that most loans will need. You're looking at income. Right, so you have to have a job or a business. You have to have a source of income. You need credits. But there is an alternative to that. If you don't have credits, there are loans where we don't require credit scores. So I say that slightly with a bit of an asterisk next to it, right? You do need credit, but if you don't have credit, that's okay too. There are programs for no credit borrowers. And then lastly is down payment. But that down payment doesn't necessarily have to come from you. It can be a gift from a family member, or it could be a grant. And we do offer loan programs with grants that pay the down payment. So although we do need a down payment, it doesn't necessarily have to come from you.
Right. And so you would say, because I feel like a lot of new buyers expect to have, I need $20,000 in order to get a house. I need $50,000 in order to even get a mortgage.
Yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily say you need, that much in order to get into a home.
We do hear that a lot. Clients come to us and they're thinking they need 20% down because that's what they've read online, and I'd say be careful of that, because what you read online isn't necessarily true.
Sure enough.
Right? And so there are loan programs where you actually don't need a down payment, where we can get a grant that pays your down payment for you on your behalf. So I would say just reach out to us. Every scenario is different, every person is different, every situation is different. So we'll want to assess their needs and their wants, but no, you don't need piles of cash to buy a house.
That's what I was always worried about, you know, because I wanted to get into a house when I was a couple years back. Me and my fiance were about 2 years in, and our rent was just going higher and higher, and I was just like, man, I don't know if we're even ready to get into a house. And once I became a realtor, I kind of got my hands wet, of course, and figured it out.
Well, that's where you hit it, because your rents keep rising year over year, right? With inflation, rents keep rising, right? If we look at rents 5 years from now, average rent maybe $1,000. Now you're looking at average rents at about $1,500 a month.
Sure enough.
And if you would have bought a home 5 years from now, your mortgage payment today would be the exact same payment than it was 5 years ago. So buying a house is also an inflation hedge. It helps keep your most expensive obligation monthly, which is rent or mortgage, in check. You always have the same payment, year over year.
Sure enough. Sure enough. Man, I don't want to overwhelm you guys with all the mortgage talk, because it can get a little bit more in depth. But I hope this gives you guys a better understanding of what it takes to get a mortgage and just what a mortgage is. And to dive a little bit more into it, I had a friend of mine had a question about interest rates. And
very hot topic right now.
Yeah, it's a very, very hot topic. We're one of the lowest interest rates. Well, you'll dive more into that in just a moment here. But can you explain how interest rates changed over the years? Just dive a little bit, elaborate on that for me.
Well, rates just 3 years ago were close to 5%.
Wow.
That's just 3 years ago. And rates today, you can see them in the high 2s, low 3s. And historically, those are the lowest rates ever seen. There were times when buying a home meant that you were getting a 15 to 18% interest rate.
Wow.
Our parents, our grandparents probably paid those interest rates, right? And so when you compare them to today's interest rates at 2 to 3%, they're historically low. So if you're on the fence about buying, this is the time. This is the time.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like this is saving you so much money. And I had a friend of mine who does car sales, and I told him, hey, yeah, man, the interest rates are great, about like the low 3s, with your credit score probably like mid 3s, whatever. And he said, that's high, that's really high, 3%. And I think, don't get confused with average interest rates. That's a car, he sells cars, and this is a house.
He's also probably referring to new car sales, right? For example, many auto manufacturers also offer their own financing, and they'll do so at 0% interest for brand new cars. But they're selling a depreciating asset, right? You pay $50K for that car, and it's worth $30K a year later, right?
Sure enough.
And a home is an appreciating asset, and interest rates at 3% are, we've never seen it before. So,
wow.
There's no comparison. They're different, right? If you go into the used car market, rates are 12, 15%.
Yeah, used cars are ridiculous right now. My car just got totaled, and for some reason they were talking about the whole used cars is just skyrocketing up right now, and just so much more money is into it, and it's crazy. Crazy.
But now rates, again, to answer your question, rates are historically low, and they have been now for about a year. So I don't know how much longer they'll be historically low. Right, but they are very low right now.
Let's hope it stays like this. Let's hope it stays like this for a little bit longer for all my first-time home buyers, because I want to help you out, And you guys know my deal that I got going on. First-time home buyers, or just buyers in general, whole month of August, I got you for your home warranty, or if you want some closing costs helped out, I got you. Take advantage of it. My last question for you is, what should people be looking for in a lender? Because I know there's a lot of lenders out there that can help you out, but what separates basically you from other lenders?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of different lenders out there, right? You can go to a big retail bank like B of A, Chase. You can go to a broker. You can go to a local bank like myself. We're VIP Mortgage. We're here locally, headquartered here locally, right? So we have the power of a big bank, but we have very low interest rates. But most importantly, what I pride myself in is that we're a partner in your biggest financial purchase, right? And you don't want to make any mistakes when it comes to buying your biggest assets, right? A home is most of ours biggest purchase ever. And what we're leveraging our experience, our low rates, our service, and most importantly, the knowledge that we impart in you to make smart financial decisions. And so we're not in the business to acquire a client and treat them as a number. We're in it to make a lifelong partnership with them. We have many of our past clients that keep coming back to us because of the experience that they have with us, the knowledge that they've gained in their home buying process, and how comfortable they feel now and empowered they feel to buy a home, right? Because I think most of us can agree that buying a home is scary.
Really?
We take the scary out of buying a house.
And I completely, wholeheartedly agree with that, man, because I had a client who was very skeptical, even with me. She didn't like agents, she didn't like lenders, nobody, but I met her at an open house. Generally just talking to her. She was from South Phoenix, where I'm from as well. Yeah. And she told me straightforward, I don't trust agents, I don't trust lenders. And I said, that's fine. Let me connect you with mine to see if you guys can, work. And I connected her with Rachel connected with Alex, and from there it was literally a sale just took off, and she loved it. She loved the whole process.
And what changed it for her was that I was willing to meet with her in person, and we sat for about an hour, and I explained the entire process. Every piece of the transaction, and explained it in a way that made sense, that didn't overwhelm. And when she walked out of my office, she felt empowered and comfortable, and they're homeowners now.
Yep, and they're proud, honestly. And the thing about it is too, they almost made the decision not to do it because they felt a little overwhelmed. But Alex gave him a call, literally wrote it down, explained it to him from point A to point B, and just it just made sense for them to get into a house. And honestly, it wouldn't have not been completed or done or even just stress-free if it wasn't for Alex. So if you're looking for a lender, I would highly suggest consulting with Mr. Alex Vasquez. He is one of the best, most recognized lender in Arizona, and just take care of all of our team of 10 agents. And he's a busy man, but he'll make time for you, and that's a guaranteed fact. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Chris.
I really appreciate it. We're going to end this video really quick with some rapid questions because I want you to get, want my audience to know a little bit more of who Alex is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to test you here, get a little bit into depth. And for these rapid questions, you can either answer right away, just back to back, or you can elaborate a little bit and do your thing.
Let's do it.
So, are you a morning person or night person?
Oh, morning.
Morning.
Absolutely.
Day one. Me too. I'm a morning person. Day one. Soda or juice?
Neither, actually.
Really?
Mostly water. But if I had to choose, I would say juice.
Juice. You're not a big soda drinker?
No. I actually don't really like the pop or Coke that much.
Wow. Yeah. I tried to give it up last year. Went back to it like 6 months. Burritos or tortas?
Burritos or tortas? You can't go wrong. I mean, that's a setup.
Right. Exactly. That's why I'm saying, who really is Alex?
But we'll go with the burritos.
The burritos, yeah, that's me too. You know, a funny story really quick. I think I said this in my last video, but big burritos enchilada style. Amanda, she introduced it to me.
Oh, yeah.
My whole life, it was just dry burrito.
Game changer.
Changed my life.
Yep.
So I had to put a ring on her. Menudo or pozole?
Pozole.
Yep. Mountain views or tropical views?
Oh, man, this is like your burrito and torta question.
Yeah,
see? You can't go wrong, but tropical views.
I'll say tropical too.
Yeah.
I'll say tropical. Instagram or Facebook?
Ooh. Depends on who I'm trying to reach. If I'm trying to reach my family, Facebook.
Got it.
If I'm trying to reach friends, Instagram.
Got it. Yep. Snapchat or TikTok?
I had Snapchat back in the day. No longer use it, and I haven't gotten on the TikTok train.
Okay.
So we'll probably say Snapchat.
Snapchat. I haven't gotten on the TikTok train either. I know Amanda did, but yeah, I just, for some reason, I just can't get into it.
Yeah. I mean, there's too many platforms.
Yeah, way too many. Some of them are the same. I feel like Snapchat and TikTok are kind of the same, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's to say? Books or audiobooks?
Books. Audiobooks, I'll listen and I'll lose interest.
Really?
Yeah, I can't. Well, I think most men would say that we can multitask, but
Right.
quite honestly, we can't.
Exactly. I forgot who said that, but our brain only focuses on one thing at a time. And if you try to multitask, you're gonna either mess up on one or just slack off or just forget about the whole thing.
That's me.
Books or audiobooks? Podcast or vlogs?
Podcast.
Podcast.
Yep.
Podcast or books?
Books.
Books. Got it. And my last one is California or Vegas?
Ooh. California.
California.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm in between. I think it just depends on the mood. I don't know. I think it depends on the mood.
Yeah. California for sure.
That's awesome. But okay, cool. Well, thank you guys for tuning in on episode 2 of Wacky Real Estate Wednesdays. And like, subscribe. Please be sure to share it with your mama, your daddy, your grandma, everybody you know and love. And if you have any questions or if you want to talk about anything on the next episode, leave it in the comments. And if you have any questions for Alex, you can reach him at, where can they reach you?
Yeah, you can give me a call, 623-206-1074, or my email, alexv@vipmtginc.com.
Telling you, if you have any questions, man, lending questions, mortgage questions, refinancing questions, you need to call Alex. Because he will literally hold your hand. I do not talk out of my rear end, guys. He will literally hold your hand through the whole process to make sure you understand what you're getting into and to make sure you just get the job done. So
I appreciate that, Chris. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Everyone have a great day. And don't forget, don't count the days, make the days count.